Well, here over at the USS Midway in San Diego, joining me right now are actors Ed Skrein and Luke Kleintank from the movie. They're here to talk about their upcoming movie, The Midway. So, guys, thank you so much for being here, and especially in San Diego, for sharing your movie here.
No problem.
Awesome. So 2019 has been a really good year for you, Ed, with Maleficent, Alita, and now Midway. Can you tell us a little bit about this movie and your character as well?
Yeah, I mean this movie's been an experience unlike any professional experience I've ever had. It was kind of emotionally heavy, poignant piece from the moment that I entered it, the moment I read the script, to the moment we arrived in Pearl Harbor, to shooting the rest of it in Montreal, and I think I can speak for Luke and the rest of the cast in that regard, that we all felt this real incredible kind of sense of seriousness. To be honest, I don't mean to make this a serious interview, and I don't mean to paint a picture that we weren't having fun and smiling and joking on set, but it was a serious responsibility to be respectful to these men. These are real life men with real life with surviving family members.
Yeah.
So there is not only the context of history, but there's a current importance to it as well. So it was an amazing experience, very different from Alita and Maleficent. But although I was flying in Maleficent as well, but I had my own wings there. It would have been a lot easier to
There
attack.
seems to be a pattern here.
Yeah. It would have been easier to attack the carriers with as Bora. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, it was great.
Awesome. And Luke, what inspired you to be a part of this movie and the reason why you wanted to take on this role?
Well, mainly the Battle of Midway, but also Wes Took's writing, the opportunity to work with Roland, Emmerich, the opportunity to work with such an incredible cast.
Yeah.
I mean, the cast is fully stacked. We have Woody Harrelson, Aaron Eckhart,
Mandy Moore.
Luke Evans, Mandy Moore, Dennis Quaid. I mean, the list goes on and on.
And what was it like working with those veteran actors like Woody and Patrick and Mandy?
Well, it's funny because there was only one scene we were going to work with Woody, and he was in a car passing by. So we didn't get a chance to work with Woody, but we got a chance to hang out. And he's a lovely man.
Yeah.
And you do learn so much from experienced actors, don't you? I mean, me and Luke have got quite a bit of experience between us already, but it's another level when you're talking about what Dennis and Woody and Patrick have done in terms of numbers.
Yeah.
So you do learn. You analyze these older actors and you try to take some lessons from them and learn from their experience.
Yeah. It was a very all-star A-list class. I mean, especially the music background with Nick Jonas and Mandy. So that was really interesting to see all that camaraderie. And then when it came to auditioning for the film, did you guys intend to audition for Best and for Dickinson? Or was there somebody else that you were interested in, or you kind of
I'll tell you straight, I would have played any character in this. I would have been any of these guys. And I also think these guys would have been amazing as Dick Best as well, especially Luke. So, but yeah, I only went for Best.
Yeah, I went for Dickinson.
That's interesting. And what was something special that you learned about your characters?
Well, my character wrote a book called The Flying Guns, and he wrote it not too long after the Battle of Midway. So, I mean, they could have made a movie about Dickinson alone.
Yeah, for sure.
For what he went through. I mean, he was.
You never know. There might be a spinoff. I mean.
You never know. But his book was so versatile, and he explains everything from the beginning to Pearl Harbor to the end of Midway, and his personal relationship with his people and his family, and so I learned a lot about him, and he was the first naval officer to ever receive 3 naval crosses in the history of the Navy, which is an immense honor, and I think only one person's received it to this day after that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what do you hope the audience to learn from these types of historical films, especially the younger generation, when it comes to World War II stories and the Battle of Pearl Harbor?
I mean, I think it's so important for us to remember the past so we don't make the same mistakes. There's a cyclical nature to human nature. And, in a time where we seem to be becoming more politically divided and morally divided in some ways, where there is a new version of nationalism and patriotism which is not quite as pure, let's say, as the 1939 version. You know, where it's divisive times, and it's important that we understand how the horrors of war and what conflict really is, and we don't paint a picture of some, you know, gun-ho fun war where the Americans just went out and won and the Japanese were the bad guys. It's not that. There's no song and dance at the end of it, you know. America, inverted commas, won that battle, or the battle was a success, but at what cost?
Yeah.
You know, at what loss of life? At what, you know, how many fatherless children were there after that battle and such, and how many mothers lost their sons? So I think it's important that we look at the horrors of war and how, you know, and just remember, and just not let, and try not to let it happen again. But
History repeating itself.
Let's also acknowledge that, you know, around the world there is incredible conflict going on at the moment, and that we should, you know, empathize with other nations and empathize with other people and otherness in general, rather than, you know, create these divides.
Yeah. And during the press conference, I was watching your expression of the awe that you had here at the USS Midway Museum. What's your thoughts about it so far, you know, based on what you've seen? It's pretty incredible. Is this your first time being here, or?
Yeah, but it's just amazing to see the Douglas Dauntless behind us, because we spent so much time in one of these. But this is the real thing, you know. When we were filming, it wasn't the real thing. So.
Right. I just saw the movie a couple days ago, so it's really strange, like seeing you guys like a day after, going, wow, it's like I just went into the movie.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Speaking about the movie is actually going to be coming out Friday, November 8th, just in time for Veterans Day weekend. So, folks, be sure to check that out and learn more about the World War II heroes and behind and everything. So, it was such a wonderful movie, and it was wonderful to see you guys here. So, I'm Michelle Noel with Ed and Luke, and we hope to see you guys next time. Hey everyone, Michelle Noel here at the USS Midway in San Diego. We're here to check out the new exhibit tour here and chatting with the cast from Midway. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Soak up some history. There's a lot to learn here.
Battle of Midway tells the story of those young heroes and the families that were involved in the Battle of Midway. And with that, we will transition and bring up the president of the Midway Foundation, Dan. Doing phenomenal things. And that really those that don't know, our focus is to fund organizations that support veterans, military.
Well, it's like another 20 years or more than 20 years now since I did independence. A lot has happened. So, but yeah, I only went to bed. Yeah, I went to the well, my character was really guns and not too long after.
Yeah, that's okay. Alright folks, that was a wrap. So thanks for watching our show. Be sure to catch Midway flying into theaters this Friday, November 8th, just in time for the Veterans Day weekend. I'm Michelle Noel over at the USS Midway, and hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh, look at them. Oh wow, there's this. I've never even tried to do that.
It's something really funny here.
He's like, oh.
And we're about done.
Oh, he's like, give me some.
We're like, get us out of here.
How was that flight, boys?
How was it? Was it anything like the movie?
Awesome.
It was awesome. Oh my god. He said it was awesome. U.S. Cast of Midway. Shopping at the U.S. Midway gift shop. Classic. Check out my shades, y'all. Check out my shades, y'all. Alright, folks, now we're at the gift shop. Checking out some of these really cool stuff. A lot of memorabilia from Top Gun as well as Midway. And of course, the cast members are still back there. It's really crazy. Enjoy the show. Oh boy, here we go. Now we're gonna go in here. I have no idea how many times I've hurt my ankle. Oh my gosh. How's the flight? Just getting to know our pilots here.
Yep.
Letting us know what the ETA is. No, I'm just kidding. They're just little dummies. Alright folks, coming up next is the USS Midway tour. Alright folks, coming up next is the USS Midway Museum tour. But I also want to show you what the park looks like. Plus the lighting is really good here. Oh my god, look at their little bathrooms!
Well, I'll have to finish my paperwork here. At the end of the day, I'm responsible to the Admiral and ultimately our Commander-in-Chief for everything that takes place on this ship, under some of the most challenging conditions.
Alright folks, coming up next is the USS Midway exhibit tour. But I also wanted to show you what the parking lot looks like.
About 12, 13 people here.
So cozy, but not cramped.
No, no.
Just
But most of, well, some of them are just are moving back and forth in this chart on this line. Okay. So here we are. We're in the pilot house now. I hear that? Sure. Excellent. Okay. So I'm the conning officer, and the first thing I do is tell everybody in here I'm the conning officer because platform was used during World War II. So, here's a kind of a long catch. This is a training command.
Found it again! So pretty.